Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, from Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, it's Thursday, and you know what that means. It's time for the TNA Event Center report. And now here's the man to give you all the total non-stop action and impactful report, Mr. Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, and this is episode number 2331 of the show. We just got finished with Rant and Rave. It was a great episode. Of course, the El Grande Americano Sr. decided to come to make an appearance and aggravate the crap out of me, but that's okay. I have a lot of fun with that, though. But anyways, he calls me the Gasman, and he does it for the Mexican people. Anyways, check out Rant and Rave. Let's go. We're going to talk about some TNA wrestling. As you know, TNA's been well connected with the WWE, and they were also part of Triple Mania. And as you know, Los Garza ended up winning the AAA Tag Team titles. So, Cesar Legado del Fantasma finally done something for a change, and believe me, I think that's just a mere beginning of what they can do. And if I were, Santos Escobar would say, if we can't get the WWE Tag Team titles, go over to Raw and challenge the New Day. Somebody needs to challenge these guys for the Tag Team titles. But it kicked off with a matchup between two of the most crazy, psychotic individuals in TNA. As you know, they're celebrating their 23-year anniversary. And it is Sami Callihan versus Eric Young. And heck of a matchup. Now, these two guys are just totally out there. Crazy, out of their minds. But the Northern Armory, Judas Icarus and Travis Williams, ended up interfering in the matchup, attacking Callihan, giving Callihan the victory, and giving Eric Young the victory over Sami Callihan. Well, and Gia Miller interviewed the team that will be facing the in the Champions Challenge match. It is a 10-man tag. The Rascals, Zachary Wentz and Trey McGill. I say Zachary, the luckiest man on the face of the planet. Wentz, you know what I mean by that. See, he is dating the gorgeous Priscilla Kelly, a.k.a. Gigi Dolan. And he's joined forces with Trey McGill, Joe Hendry, Elijah, and Leon Slater. And they're talking about how they're going to deal with the champions in the Champions Challenge. And then they had the Order 4 Summit, and Mustafa Ali addresses Tasha Steelz. And somehow Mustafa Ali is not happy with his member, with his crew, and then he addressed Jason Hodge. He says, "I got kids. I need to set an example. If you hit a woman, I'm going to get right in your face." And then Joe and Skyler, who basically stood by Mustafa Ali throughout this whole ordeal, ended up getting sick and tired of Mustafa Ali, and he says, "You're nothing but a jackass," and everything else, and yada yada. And then Mustafa Ali and they started having a shoving match. And then Ali says, "You're going to have a one-on-one match against me next week." And they called arms match next week. So we'll find out what that is. We'll find out what that is next week. Meanwhile, Killer Kelly describes her absences and her absence from TNA. And also is addressing the TNA Knockouts World Champion and former MK Ultra Tag Team partner, Masha Slamovich. And it seems to me that Killer Kelly may end up winning the challenge for the championship, and she did win the 8-4-1 match. Then George Iceman decided to run his mouth a little bit and berates the crowd. Crowd boos him. And introduces the Elegance brand. Ash, Heather, and M by Elegance. They came to the ring. Ash and Heather were the Knockouts Tag Team Champions. They faced a team of Lei Ying Lee and the TNA Knockouts champ Monster Slamovich, and of course the Elegance brand up to their old shenanigans, up to their old antics to get the win over the team of Lee and Slamovich, but they won because Killer Kelly appeared at the ring entrance to distract Monster Slamovich, costing them the matchup. But the inspiration interview by Gia Miller and is, hey, we're going to make those tag team titles again iconic. Get it? That's why I call them the iconic inspiration. And looks like they want to inspire the Elegance brand. I'm hoping they do. I'm seriously hoping they do. One more thing. Hoping they do. They said Tino Morella addresses the TNA crowd about what happened, and then he makes another matchup. There'll be another match next week. It'll be Mike Santana one-on-one with AJ Francis, a.k.a. Uncle Phil, in a street fight. They had an injury report on Casey Navarro, where he dislocated knee. That's why he was unable to compete this past Tuesday night on NXT. And that's why Wesley filled in for Casey Navarro, a.k.a. Carlton Banks. Anyways, then he calls out Tommy Dreamer. And Tommy Dreamer says, I know you had an incident with Mance Warner. Can we address that? And Tommy Dreamer's about to address it until Mance Warner and Steph DeLanda comes out. They're running their mouths, disrespecting Santino and Tommy Dreamer. And then Tommy Dreamer says, he's not going to fight him, but he knows someone well. Jake something makes his return and starts brawling with Mance Warner. It seems to me Jake something came back from an injury and started fighting Mance Warner, and then Warner and DeLanda retreat. Meanwhile, Indy Hartwell confronts Tessa Blanchard, and Indy Hartwell doesn't seem to be very happy at Tessa Blanchard's attitude. And she's on her phone, Tessa Blanchard doing her thing, and then she started smirking and walked away, and Indy Hartwell's like, what's going on? Then and then it was the System's Eddie Edwards and JDC, both fellow Massachusetts natives, by the way, went up against Matt Cardona and a partner of his chosen. Tuesday, Matt Cardona said, hey, I don't have to look very far here in Arizona. That's where they were in Arizona. He recruited the hometown man, which everybody believes Cody Deaner in a mask. But, however, it's the hometown man. And the rest of the System, Brian Myers got involved, and Alicia Edwards giving Cardona and JDC the win by disqualification. And then Mike Cardona got into Myers' face, and then he got blindsided from behind and all that. It seems like to me that the former Major Brothers have split up for good. Well, hopefully it doesn't affect their podcast. Then it was the Champions Challenge. On one side was the Rascals, Leon Slater, Elijah, and Joe Hendry went up against International Champion Steve Macklin, and the TNA Tag Team Champions, the Nemitz, X Division Champ Moose, and TNA World Champion Trick Williams. And during the matchup, though, it was like Steve Macklin's got a problem with the Nemitz, and Frankie Kazarian was on commentary calling Macklin an idiot when he attacked the Nemitz, and that cost the champions in the end, as the Rascals, Joe Hendry, Leon Slater, and Elijah picked up the victory. And like I said, next week there'll be two matches. A call to arms match. We don't know what that's going to be. We don't know what that is. Basically, I'm sure Mustafa Ali hopefully elaborates on that on his social medias. Well, I'll try to follow him on that. And then the street fight between Mike Santana and AJ Francis, or as Santino Morello likes to say, AJ Francini. That's actually pretty funny. Yeah, but I don't think you'll be seeing Ariana Grace anymore on TNA. She's done with them. Well, she's done during her part there. She's going back to NXT to try to find her own niche. So, maybe she'll go back insulting the women's division of not being beautiful, and But I think an alliance between her and Blake Monroe could be in order. Blake Monroe's going to need some help, and Ariana Grace could be the lady that can help her out. We shall see. We shall soon see. We shall soon see about that. Well, that is it for today's episode of Eric Lima's Shenanigans 1977. As you can see, I got my, like I said, I got my, air conditioners installed in. We're ready to go. But it got so cold quickly, I had to shut it down to save power on it, of course. And it's going to be hot tomorrow, but you know what? Like I said, it's going to be good. Well, I hope you guys had a wonderful, blessed day. Tomorrow we got the Game of Strategy, Luck, Knowledge, and Daring Bullseye. We got SmackDown. And then over the weekend we got AEW Collision, Chill and Majority. All good stuff happening. I will see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful, blessed night. And until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home.
That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Announcer speaking for Eric Lima's Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E and Do It for Bob Saget production, and in association with a Raving Bull for 3000 Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another episode of Eric Lima's Shenanigans of 1977. See you later on the next episode of the show. Goodbye for now.